Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome back to the Podocasts. How about them Ravens, huh? You know what? Life sucks if you're in crypto right now. But if you are a Baltimore fan, great game last night, and you should hold on to that happy feeling because crypto, yikes. This aftershock has been brewing for a while. And you know what? I, for one, am glad it's finally here so we can get it over with. We desperately needed a purge of some silly money and a chance to move the news cycle off from those uppity El Salvadorians and onto the fact, that's how they're going to do it, that crypto is volatile. That's how they're going to spin it. Crypto is silly, should have known better. We knew the entire time but didn't want to tell you. Pretty standard fare over the next few days, so be aware of it. AMP was not immune and continues to show the same volatility as the rest of the market. For those with all of their eggs in the AMP basket, nothing you can do right now but smile as you go under. But I do come to the YouTube bearing gifts. This too shall pass. If this is your first time to a hanging, it gets easier. You just have to build up some callus. And these are the times that separate the wheat from the chaff. As I have said before, money is not emotional, and it does not care how you feel or how much you believe. It will do what it wants to do, and it doesn't particularly care what you want. But those who keep their wits about them during a crash are the ones sitting at the head of the table when it's over. We are getting into all of these things, kind of philosophical this time, right after this. All right, first things first, keep calm. If you have been in crypto for any length of time, you know a flash crash when you see one. This is one. When the market is irrational, good decisions are irrelevant. They are too often countered by emotional decisions, and even making exactly the right move at exactly the right time loses you money. Flash crashes hit everyone the same, and the calmer, cooler heads prevail in these situations. For myself, I don't like them, but I am not married to my short-term investments. Things look grim. I wait it out. Right now, I am waiting. It's not financial advice, and you do you. For me, I want to be positioned for the bottom, and that takes capital. On to AMP. Turns out, it does move with the market. At least it sure moves down with the market. It didn't get massacred as bad as some of the other tokens, but it didn't and hasn't come out smelling like a rose either. For those of you who were convinced that those big buy and sell orders were really real, nope. Still there, still bouncing to hell and gone and never filling. I suspect this might be a problem for the little AMP. The market manipulation talk has been running full speed, and there are some long-term holders who have had enough. They probably won't be back. I would love to use my very own channel as a bellwether of the mood of the market, but I don't get enough views to make up a good control group. Suffice it to say, I have seen a lot more comments from viewers with a lot of hate and a lot of middle finger emojis towards AMP. So the sentiment is running strong on both sides. If you are a long-term type of person, don't check the charts for a while. You know what? They don't matter to you anyway. If you are a day trader of AMP, first I would ask why. Secondly, I would say gird your loins. We hit the bottom around 4.042. I'm not even sure if that is the bottom yet. And when the market pumps, if AMP doesn't pump with it, there is going to be some explaining to do. And I can't explain it. When you have went through all of the likely answers and they're all wrong, you are left with the unlikely. And it is slowly turning into that which shall not be named, the big M. The media is going to have a field day on this one. YouTube is going to have a field day on this one. I can't really have a field day on this one because pragmatist. I realize that these things happen, and it's just not emotional for me. It's just a reevaluation of my holdings. I like to be positioned for the bottom on these little incidents. So most of my short terms are liquid right now. Again, not financial advice. But if you are doing this correctly, you should come out the other end with more of what you like for free. I don't see these crashes as lost investments. I see them as opportunities to get back in cheap. If you are investing into what you don't understand, this might be a problem. If you are investing smartly, sticking to foundational tokens, playing around with the fun tokens, these are just glowing opportunities. I don't wish anyone ill, not at all. I hope every crypto investor makes a bunch of dosh, but the fundamentals of trading still apply, regardless of the type of market. And if you are not practicing those fundamentals, you're going to get a haircut from time to time. This is one of those times. Be positioned for the bottom, and you will do well. Let this settle down. We had the shock. Wait for the aftershock. I tend to preach patience in these times, and I stick to that. If you wish you had gotten into scale at like 30 cents, this might be your chance. This is not the time to throw your money at Shiba and hope for the best. This is the time to put your money into the other tokens, which you might not find interesting, but make up the backbone of the DeFi. We talk about a lot of them here on the podcast. Ren, Scale, Polygon, VeChain, Theta, foundational tokens that will bounce back because they move with the market. Be smart here, and you are going to do well here. For those who like to keep score and call me out publicly, here's your chance. Keep a good eye on Anchor. I went heavy. Fetch and Polymath are going to get me a lot of AMP, and my wild card will be Cody. C-O-T-I, Cody. I'm not going to victory lap it because these are sort of no-brainers to me right now. Above all, stay calm. This too shall pass. Live stream on Thursdays and member stream on Saturdays, both of them at 1900. That's it, guys. Cheers.